Hey guys, it's Captain Zeus here, the host with the most, followed by Novaverse and Relatable Panda. We're here on
Hola.
another Nerds and Squares podcast episode, bringing you another movie review, and this time it's on Wakanda Forever. So, spoiler warning for anyone that has not seen it. I know it's a fairly new movie that just came
New.
out with this past weekend, and we just saw it earlier tonight. And you know, considering the hype going about the movie, going into it, and not wanting it to be a disappointment, we thought, might as well give our thoughts and opinions and a little review on how we thought the movie went. I guess the first things first, we'll
Mhm.
just give overall rating impressions, and then we can kind of just move on from there. Um,
Okay.
Hmm.
by the way, loving the whole mustache deal here, Panda. It's very
Thank you. Thank
Monopoly
you.
like,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're welcome. Just shave the
Appreciate
rest of
it.
the beard, just keep the mustache and the little goatee chin part, and you'll be like a perfect, Clue villain. Uh,
I'll have to keep that in mind.
yeah, but back on topic. Sorry, I just noticed that. Um,
No problem.
so I'll give my ratings first, and then we can just go around and then go from there. So my overall rating for the movie is gonna be, I'm gonna say an 8 out of 10. Kind of teetering to an 8.5, but I'm gonna stick with an 8 overall. Um,
Hmm.
you guys can go ahead and say yours, and then we'll just go from there.
Go for it, Nova.
Originally towards the end of the movie, we discussed a little bit, and I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. Um, then my brother did bring up, um, how would you compare it to the first Black Panther movie? And then that had me thinking a
Hmm.
little bit yeah, is it better than the first Black Panther with T'Challa as our main character protagonist? Um, and that's really tough. But I kind of like the first Black Panther a little bit more.
Oh,
So
Okay.
I feel like I want to drop that 8.5 to like a 8 or like a 8.2 something.
eight
Okay.
point
You know what I
three
Okay.
mean?
six.
Yeah. But I would say still around that 8 realm,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with y'all here. I know we originally spoke about it right after. I'm gonna give it an 8, honestly. Um,
Wow, unanimously about an 8. That's crazy.
yeah.
So, kind of bouncing off of the point
Across the board.
Nova said earlier, um, if it's a good thought to compare it to the first Black Panther movie
Hmm.
because it is, and I think you brought this up earlier, Panda. As sad as it sounds, if Chadwick Boseman hadn't have died, this movie wouldn't have been as impactful or as good as the sequel would have been if he was still around. Like if he was still around, I don't think the Black Panther sequel would have been as good as this. And
Hmm.
the first Black Panther movie was okay. I would probably give it a 6. I
Okay.
personally wasn't a fan. I thought there was a lot of good qualities in there. It had potential to be really good. And this one I feel was the reverse. Like it was better than I was expecting it, which is good, always good.
Okay.
Um, there were just a few things here and there that I didn't like. For example, Ironheart, Riri Williams. Not a fan of her character at all. Never was a fan of her in the comics. I don't think I remember hearing anyone being a fan of her, to be honest. I'm sure there are some out there that like her. I don't. I personally do not like her. She's basically like Miss Marvel. She's just another ripoff. Miss Marvel was the Mr. Fantastic ripoff, and or Miss Marvel. I said that right. Yeah, it's Mr.
Yeah,
Fantastic
you said it
ripoff,
right.
and Riri is basically like the Iron Man ripoff.
Mhm.
And if you were gonna bring in an Iron Man successor, should be Iron Lad, but instead they should have went with that kid from Iron Man 3. And we've been over this in
Yep.
previous podcast episodes where they should have just built that up
Stuck with him.
everything was already built up in Iron Man 3 for him. And we saw him at, Tony's funeral. Endgame, exactly.
Yeah.
So they should have just built that up. Like the way they revealed Riri in the movie made it seem like she was a big important character that we should all know. But no one gave a crap. Like, I don't remember. There was no reaction in the theater.
No reaction in the theater
None,
for when we saw it.
No one cared when she had the suit or was flying it. Like, there was no reaction. Like, no one cared, honestly. And I think that's the worst thing they could have did for that character was try to make it seem like she's this big thing that no one cares about.
Yeah.
Now, she was funny, but I mean that's the MCU at this point, so it's like the norm.
Yeah.
I loved Namor. I loved everything about Namor, and I think they did the anti-hero correct in this movie. Yeah, like previously our anti-heroes were basically just turned into heroes, and it was so annoying. Same thing with the villains. They kept trying to make all the villains the good guys. In this situation, Namor has been a villain a lot, but he's mainly just an anti-hero because, he's just trying to protect his country. He's trying to protect Atlantis or Talcocan, but whatever.
Atlantis.
It's Atlantis. And
it's Atlantis.
They did it very well, and I like how at the end it kind of seemed, and I was talking to Nova about this too, like it seemed like he was deliberately yielding so he can get that alliance with Wakanda that he was looking for the whole time, instead of having to actually like destroy them. It's like everything kind of fell into what he was needing it to be the whole time. Now, Shuri shouldn't have beat him in the first place, and that's why I'm going with the thing that he deliberately lost so he can get what he was wanting. I think that's probably what happened. I'm not going to go under the assumption that she's going to beat him because Black Power. That's not how that works. It's not how it works at all. Let's see what else. Yeah, I can't wait to see more Namor. The underwater scenes were great. Like, I feel like this was like what the Aquaman movie should have been. It should have been like the underwater scenes were okay in Aquaman, but the way they did it here was like a lot more natural. It seemed like it was a lot more fluid. It looked a lot better. The underwater scenes could have been cool, and speaking of like the way things looked, like the CGI was great in this movie, just absolutely great. Like this is what the MCU standard should be for every product coming out of them. And everyone really acted their butt off. Like there was a few cringe lines here and there, but like, man, like the Queen herself, Ramonda. Oh my gosh, she moved me. She moved me. She was very good. Great actress she is too. But yeah, I think overall, like there was a lot of good qualities, but there were just some things like Riri, for example, Namor quote unquote losing, some of the cringe lines, the end fight scene was very meh, and then the end credit scene was not good. I'd rather have just had Doctor Doom, if we're being honest. Like that's what it should have been. That's probably what it was, and then they changed it because of reasons. But I don't care about T'Challa Jr. Like, it's fine that he's going to grow up and marry Storm because that's what happens when T'Challa does. He marries Storm. But, like, I could care less for that end credit scene, honestly. That's, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. You guys are up. I'm drinking some of this icy from a Wakanda Forever cup that I got.
Nova.
I think he's
so yeah, I'm laying just a bit, so I'm trying to catch up.
It's nothing new.
So overall,
Damn.
is it that bad?
You're fine right now, but it does
You're
get
good.
bad.
Okay. Overall, I thought the movie was pretty good. I thought visually the movie was phenomenal. The choreography of all the fighting, was amazing. Um, but yeah, so all the fight scenes, cinematography, everything like that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked that, so that was a plus for the movie. Um, I didn't really find the movie comical. I don't know, you know what I mean? There were some
Which is
laughs when we were
good.
watching it, which is yeah, um, this was a kind of tough movie for everyone, especially with the loss of Chadwick.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a tough movie to get through. They did a lot of tributes to him and his character. And I felt in the theater that everyone was trying to get through the movie without shedding a tear. So there were some lighthearted jokes to go with it. I didn't like the jokes from Riri whatsoever. Um, she she just wasn't funny to me. She just seemed like another sarcastic character. You know what I mean? Like the type of character that just kind of like points out the obvious. You know, like there's like a hole in the ground, and she's one of those characters like, oh, we're gonna hop into that hole, and I'm just like, obviously we're gonna hop into the hole. Like, come on, like
There's
let's get through
nothing
this.
else here.
I don't know. Um, I don't. Um, the comically the only ones I really cared for was like with Shuri and always mess up her name. She's the guard. The main
Okoye.
Akira.
Okoye.
Okoye.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Okoye.
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 Yeah, I find like that stuff was pretty good. And Baku was
M'Baku's fucking
pretty.
funny. I love his character.
He's a very funny character.
Yeah.
So stuff like that was really good. Um, Namor was awesome.
Mm.
Kukulkan was
Good. Good.
phenomenal.
They sure picked a
Yeah.
good god.
I forgot what he called his people.
Oh.
But
I mean, they're
yeah,
Atlanteans, but
there
he just called them like Talcocoans or something like that, I believe.
something along those lines. They were really cool. Kind of like his two generals he had were so awesome. Um, the fight scenes with them were so cool. Also, that like those water grenades, man, they had a
Dude,
ton of those. I was
I mean, there's a
like, oh
lot of
my gosh,
water to go around. I mean, that was very smart and
yeah,
creative,
Innovative.
they were
innovative
blowing up
weapon.
everything. Um, yep, water grenades. Um, let's see. Yeah, I'm lagging of a storm, but
Noticed.
yeah. Trying to piece what else in the movie. Um, they had quite a couple deaths. I thought they were needed in the movie. Um,
Hmm.
like the Queen.
Hmm.
That was needed. Shoot, if Riri died with her, I wouldn't
I think that would have
blink
been
an
very
eye.
needed.
But we kind we kind of actually need her. Um,
No, we don't. We got Iron Lad or
um,
Kang, whatever.
Honestly, that was the
Whichever.
only thing in the movie. Like Shuri, she was popping off, inventing and stuff like that, and then it's just Riri right here, and I'm like, get her off the screen, dude. I don't want her here. She was bothering me. I don't know.
She
Um,
was
she's
bothersome.
probably gonna watch this and be, but
She's gonna
I'm
come up to
sorry.
your house and be like,
Um,
"Wakanda Forever," and just beat your ass.
she's not from Wakanda in the
She's
world.
not. I thought she was from the
Um,
trailer, which I was like, "Oh, that
she's
must be
she's
no."
from Chicago.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
But she's
Um,
black.
the ending
You're so
fight
dumb.
scene, um, the I think it could have been better. The fight on the boat was it was pretty cool.
Mm,
The fight with Namor and Shamir or Shuri.
Shuri.
What? Shamir. Oh my
Shamir.
Shuri.
gosh. Shuri. Why is that
That's
Shamir?
her
Where
American
is that
name,
coming from?
Shamir.
Shamir is her
You were
American
close.
name.
No, it
Um,
wasn't.
right. Um, that fight was. I don't even know where Shamir came from. I swear. I've been saying Shuri the whole time. Um,
Shuri, Shuri,
that
Shuri.
fight
Yeah,
was
Shamir.
Shamir.
Shamir. That fight
His
was
name's
really
Shamir
good.
Wallace, Oklahoma State.
Um, Oklahoma State. What's up? What's up? Um, I do like any part in shows or movies when like characters are just like trading blows, like kind of like a Dragon Ball Z kind of scene. I am totally down for. So when like Namor and uh, um Sh-
Shamir.
Shuri were trading blows and just like pop, pop, pop. I swear I thought he would jump back in the water real quick. Yeah, I thought Namor would jump back into the water at some point to like regen himself. He didn't. So,
I'm
even though there
telling you,
was
I
like he
think
was
he
literally
did.
on a beach. No, he seemed like he needed more water. Like
He
it
just,
looked like he didn't even touch it.
yeah, he was on a
You
beach,
know what I
so
mean?
it didn't really make sense that he didn't go and just get some of that puddles.
Also,
Yeah.
you would think someone that like you need water to breathe. Like sure, you can dip back in and out of the water, but when, your source of breathing is water, you'd think you carry a water bottle with you.
Well, it's not a
This is
source
just
of
this is just me
breathing.
It's
nitpicking.
It's just
it's
like a
not.
source of
Yeah.
his enhanced strength. Because he was still
Yeah.
kicking Shuri's
I
butt
mean,
without touching that water. Because, he's a mutant.
still needs water.
Yeah.
Does he not?
And gotta stay
Okay,
hydrated.
so
Insert SpongeBob meme.
Gotta
yeah,
hydrate before you dehydrate.
water,
See, Nova knows what I'm talking about.
water.
I
I
Um,
need it.
it. That was basically Namor, and then he got
I,
freaking
he's fighting Sherry. I
blasted by
don't
the
need
ship.
it. I don't
I
need it.
don't
She has
need
the
it.
spear on his neck. I
I
need
need it.
it.
Need it. Um, I don't know if we talked about it, but I'm really bad with these names. The agent, um,
Yeah, Everett Ross.
what's it called?
Russ.
Yeah, he was kind of there also.
Mm-hmm.
He was like another part of the story that like I guess he was supposed to be like the American, like
The
the
delegate.
um the rest of the
Yeah.
world per point of view. Um, because yeah, I don't even know if any of the world knew about at the end of the movie about Namor and
No,
his civilization.
they
You guys
did.
can correct me if I'm
I'm
wrong,
pretty
No,
but
sure
I
they
don't
did not.
remember.
they
There's
don't know
still a
about
mystery.
him.
I actually don't
Yeah.
even think that the U.S. technically knows. I
No,
think.
there's still a mystery. All
Yeah.
they know is that there's another force out there or another like nation out
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
They don't know where or who or what they are.
Because they saw the news of Queen Ramonda dying, and
the
so
Mm-hmm.
Queen. Yeah,
and that's
I
it.
mean, I
I
mean, I guess Namor stays winning because
he's
his civilization didn't get figured out,
That's true.
and
Nope.
he got Wakanda to have an alliance with him,
That is
basically.
also true.
I mean,
And he killed
he,
the queen to make sure of it,
Yep.
which he did say he was gonna
yeah,
do
kills.
if you took them.
Hey,
Yeah, he did
exactly,
say
kills the
that.
queen, and then puts into power someone that he kind of had
Bond.
A
a
bond
closer
with.
relationship to.
Hmm.
Yeah, a bond. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Namor over here stays
This
winning,
is true.
except
He
that
does.
last fight. He should have had a water bottle with him.
No, but I'm saying,
Should have
Ah,
had a water
see,
bottle with
but
him.
that's
that last
that.
fight, I'm telling you, he lost on
It
purpose.
was purposeful.
It had to have been. Because like he at the end he's like, we
I'm
got
just
the
saying.
alliance, and now they're gonna go after
Yep.
Wakanda, and once that's happened, they're gonna come to us, and once that happens,
And then we're still gonna watch the
Okay.
surface
we'll
world
still
burn.
the world.
Yeah.
Next time in the next movies he's in, I'm pretty sure he'll bring a water bottle with him. But until then,
I don't think
he
he
stays
will.
I don't
winning.
think he's a fan of
No.
plastic.
No.
You don't need plastic to hold water. You can hold water in anything.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't think so either. It's not like he lives in the ocean or anything.
yeah, I mean, I don't think they would need
Yeah.
bottles of water.
Plastic.
He just
You
has
can,
a
like,
six pack.
He just
do-
needs one of those
make
little
like a-
masks that his people wear.
Yeah, he can
That's true.
bring a
Portable.
mask or something.
I mean, those
I don't
things
know.
seem to be pretty handy.
Right.
Yeah. The ending, I was that was an alright
Yeah,
ending.
it wasn't good.
You know, Shuri, finally. I mean, Shuri finally, you know, getting over her family's death.
True. That was good.
You know, so she can move on.
Mhm.
I was good with that. The end credits with T'Challa Jr., I was like, who is this random kid? Um, we're just gonna bring him here. I honestly thought when spoilers. I mean, this whole thing's a spoiler.
We've already spoiled so much.
Yeah,
Shuri's
you're good.
Shuri's Black Panther connection was Killmonger, and then I swear I thought she was gonna kill that kid right there. She was gonna be like, my throne. I gotta protect my throne.
Honestly, I think that could have been really
But
cool where she does that and then she has to
that
like
would have been
deal with the whole
really cool.
Killmonger's like coming back kind of thing, and she's like having to face the consequences of that action.
See
And that
that?
could have been like a really dark like number 3. That could have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But overall, those were my thoughts. I'm pretty sure while we talk a little bit more will come to my mind, but that's all I have so far.
I would like to note that in the comics, Shuri was not a not a great Black Panther
Person.
from what I recall. Um, pretty antagonistic at times. Clashed with T'Challa a handful of times as well. So, as we saw in the movie, she's got a lust for vengeance and death and destruction. You know, like
Mhm.
you know, several people in the MCU that should be villains. But yeah, Panda, go ahead and let us know your thoughts.
Overall, I enjoyed the movie. I feel they did a good job tying everything in, and just like making the little minute connections. Doesn't mean I needed Ironheart in this movie.
No one did.
No one really. I don't think anybody really wanted her
No one did.
in the movie. I will say I do like how they tied her into it, though. Not needed, but they did a good job with it.
Should have been
Kind of like
Iron Lad.
the mastermind.
You want to know how I know that? Because we're connected.
Loved Namor. They did a really good job with him. He's one of the anti-heroes that I would not be. What's the word that I'm looking for? I wouldn't be surprised, essentially, if he got his own spinoff.
He should. He should.
He definitely should after that performance. I love that they explained the origin of his name too.
That was a nice little touch.
I love that they
like
did that little touch with it because, I mean, most people may not know where his name actually comes from. And so that was a good little callback there. Do like that we now have Atlantis in the MCU.
Well, Atlantis, but yes.
Yes, you know what I mean.
We need some more
air quotes. We need some more
water
fish people.
Yeah.
More fish people.
I would like to say too, I loved how they made them into like the sirens or like the mermaids of legend
Yes.
with the singing and lured them off. I thought that
Yes.
was
That
so
was
clever.
The
really
mind,
cool.
like the
Yes.
psycho mind control. Yeah,
Like that
that was
was
so
because I
well
was like,
done.
yo, that's exactly what like sirens would be that sailors would
Hmm.
warn, and that's awesome
Hmm.
because
It was so nice.
I loved that touch there. I actually kind of had like a mini nerdgasm. I was like, no way they just did that. Like
Right.
imagine like if you were watching
Sonar.
DC, yeah, that like if you were watching Aquaman 2 and it's just all laughs and stuff, and then you come over to the MCU and it's like this is what Atlanteans should be like, you know. This is like a mix of the myth and the comics together. Like I loved that blend,
Exactly.
especially with the culture, like you were saying, dude. Like, oh man,
So great.
I was kind of scared about making him very like Mayan because it's not what they are in the comics,
No.
and they usually whenever they do kind of those types of quote unquote race washing or culture washing like that, a lot of times it doesn't go well, especially if it's
No,
not
they had
originally
like the
what it is.
perfect blend of it
Oh
in
yeah,
this one.
they did it extremely well. I'll give mad props to Ryan Coogler for that. Like he did that
Definitely.
amazing. Sorry for interrupting. You just maybe
No, you're good. You're good. I will say, shit, I lost my train of thought here.
It's all your fault, dude.
I'm gonna disagree with Nova here.
oh,
I think the jokes from Riri, some of them were good. They were. I'm gonna say that just from my own perspective.
okay.
Um, I do like the fact that she had that little back and forth with Okoye for a minute, and kind of had her doubting herself, like appearance wise. I don't know.
Riri?
That was
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
yeah. But you know
That
why it was
was what was
good?
funny to me.
It was because Okoye was there, not because of Riri. Okoye.
I will be honest. I don't think I laughed at or chuckled at a single one of Riri's jokes or quips.
That's the one that got me. That line of the ashy head got me. That's the
Hmm.
one that got me.
See,
I'll give you
I feel
that
like
one.
it could have been better if they hadn't already somewhat did that earlier. It's
Yeah.
like, is it because of the makeup? It's like, no, you're
It-
great. It looks great. Like
yeah.
if they hadn't have did that bit, I feel like that I would have probably chuckled.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Chuckle,
Um,
chuckle.
I do, and this is gonna be just a personal thing for me. Um, I do like the fact that this movie and Shuri in particular kind of in a way helped other people deal with, like, show people how to deal with the loss that they've had in their real world.
Hmm.
I feel like that was really well done, and that was kind of a minute point that they wanted to touch on, but not force it down people's throats. Because I know that's what it happened with me in the movie. Like, it made me realize that there was some stuff that I had like pushed down so far that maybe I shouldn't have.
You should probably deal
Um,
with them. Pulls up a
probably deal with it a
therapist.
little bit. Also, love the fact that Killmonger was her spirit that she saw.
Not to say I already knew this because I read the leaked script or anything.
You know what?
You like
Uh,
spoiling yourself.
I
You do.
will.
Stop talking.
The thing is too, like I didn't think that thing was gonna be real because it came out a week before the trailer did, and about 90% of that script was legit, and I saw that in the trailers too, and I was like, okay, maybe it's just a tidbits here and there. They got they got some information. Nah, dude, like
They got it right.
they got it pretty right. The only thing they got wrong was the Doctor Doom end credit scene, which I'm pretty sure everyone was already anticipating because of not only that but the rumors, and that's probably why Marvel took it out. Because they're like, oh, people are gonna go see this because of that. No, we'll take it out and put it somewhere else.
Exactly. That's exactly what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
I know, Zeus. You made a good point about Namor deliberately yielding,
Tell me more.
and it it makes a lot of sense.
Do not fuel him.
It makes a lot of sense. Nova, I have to at this point because I agree with him. He did that deliberately because he knew that he was going to be the one that benefited from it in the end. In that moment, he's like, "Hey, these these other people don't know we exist here. So let's let them pin it all on Wakanda, go after them, so they have to come to us for an alliance. Therefore, putting it on the Wakandans to make that alliance for him, so he still gets what he wants without forcing anybody's hand to do it, quote unquote.
Because in the end, I think the only thing he lost was that one servant.
Yep.
Everyone else, like I don't recall anyone else dying because they can just heal ridiculously.
They're zombies.
Man, they are like immortals. They're probably all mutants, if we're being honest. If I'm not mistaken, they are.
Well, I mean, he kind of confirmed that they were mutants.
Well, he confirmed that he was, because he's the first mutant. But didn't necessarily mean that the rest of them were. They probably are, if we're going under the same assumption. But yeah, like
True.
That, and he technically he killed the queen like he said he was gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he got the alliance that he was
took everybody
like he got everything he wanted in the end. Like he wasn't even upset that he lost quote lost the fight. Like he got, and
he was explaining it to one of the followers that came in, because she was just like, I believed in you, I followed you, why did you let me down? He was like, no, you're not seeing the bigger picture.
You're not seeing that big picture there, kiddo.
See, now what's gonna happen is they have to come to us. And just I love the fact that he kind of broke down his plan in the anti-hero way, but they didn't make him a hero
or a villain, really. They just made him a guy.
He's still neutral.
What he needs to do.
Exactly.
That's always been.
Yeah.
He's just doing what needs to be done. So
exactly.
Whatever's good for his people, he will do it. Whether it's, destroying an entire nation or a civilization, or, giving cookies to kids on the street. Whatever the case,
whatever needs to be done.
Exactly. The mid credit scene, I get why they did it. Because they do need T'Challa to marry Storm.
I mean, they don't need, but that's the route they're definitely going.
That could have been done at a later time.
Or not at all.
And I will say it's debatable. I agree.
Honestly,
it's
debatable. I could have had like M'Baku marry Storm, for crying out loud. Like that.
I mean, true. That makes sense.
I mean, he's technically the leader of Wakanda now, so
that makes sense to me.
Technically, and then the end credit. That was it. Yeah. The Black Panther will return. I know that there was somebody in the same theater as us that said, "This is bullshit. Where was Dr. Doom?" Yeah. And I was just laughing at that because I was like, "Yeah, that's relatable."
Because honestly,
very relatable.
Like, I feel like if they hadn't have had, like, if they would have had the T'Challa Jr. thing at the end of the movie, just at the end, not just before the credits. Yeah. And then at the mid or even the end of the credits, like, just have the credits roll through, right? With the music and everything, let you soak in the end of it. And then at the very end is when you put Dr. Doom in and be like, oh, so she wasn't able to complete the devices that I was looking for. And then it's like Thanos is like, fine, I'll do it myself or something like that. That would have been so cool. And then
kind of do something like that.
Oh, snap! And then that would have been perfect for like the Fantastic Four movie that comes out later on.
Yep.
Probably in the end. Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good.
Probably in the end, when they were like final decisions, they probably decided, hey, let's just make this a Black Panther movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's just keep it all tied with Black Panther. The Black Panther will return, and then just leave it like that.
Which is fine.
I feel like that's
yeah.
I feel like that's what their final decision was. That's probably why. But
I feel like if you had that ending that I was mentioning, it would have really just put the cherry on top. I probably would have gave it a 9 out of 10 if we're being honest, just because of that end credit scene.
Wow.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for those end credits.
Just for 10 seconds. Just really for 10 seconds.
Dude, for 10 seconds, bro. You got me for 10 seconds. Like, come on.
right?
I mean, I stayed
But
throughout
no,
the whole credits. Like, you got to give me something. You know, don't tease me like
exactly.
that, Marvel.
You got T'Challa's son. What do you mean?
That's a tease. I didn't want that.
I didn't want that.
But overall, for me, it was a good movie. It was a very in your feels at times movie. Do love the fact that they did sprinkle in some comedy, but they didn't oversaturate it with comedy.
They
Um,
did well. They're learning.
they learned. They didn't do a Thor: Love and Thunder.
Thank God.
Oh my gosh.
Everything that was coming out of their mouth was a joke.
Imagine this, but just by Taika Waititi. Taikiki Wadi. Like, imagine
Whatever,
him
it's like
directing.
TW.
Imagine him directing this movie. All you
Oh,
would hear is like,
Lord.
"Hey, so this is the story of the Black Panther by Korg.
God,
You have a
say
mommy
That would've
panther
been
and a daddy
something.
panther, and they have Shuri."
Oh man. I do. It was a good movie overall, though. Like I said, I stand by my 8 out of 10, and anybody who disagrees with me get bent.
Get bent. That's a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that
I mean,
before.
it also helps that the rest of the movies we got this year were total rubbish.
Well,
So that kind of
except for one
help
or two. You know what? I'll say two.
say the two. I
Which
mean,
two?
Doctor Strange and Werewolf by Night. Those two,
I
I thoroughly
hate
enjoyed.
Doctor
Okay.
Strange.
I
Like,
gotta
Werewolf by
give
Night,
Zeus that
I've
one.
watched like at least 3 times. One of my
I gotta give
favorite
Zeus that
MCU
one.
movies. It's
Yeah.
probably up there.
We'll give you Wolf by Night, but
Doctor
you
Strange
cannot
2
I'm
was
defend.
gonna give him Doctor
entertaining.
Strange.
That one was entertaining. Like,
Yes, it
No.
was.
dude, not only was it entertaining, but I liked the multiverse aspect of it, going in and
Exactly.
exploring more. We got a lot of the fan castings that we wanted too. You know, we got
No.
Mr. Fantastic the
Fantastic.
way we wanted him to. We got to see 90s Professor X the way we all wanted him to.
I
Like, it
I think
was.
there's too many negatives to overlook those
There
positives.
were a good
Trust
amount of
me, I thought
negatives,
the
but
Fantastic Four, like the Illuminati, what's it called, was
yeah, the
awesome.
Illuminati. I did like
I
how
thought
they
it was
made that
awesome.
MCU canon too, because those guys are great. I mean, great in the sense of
But
good for humanity, not as in good people. I mean, they are.
yeah,
Never mind.
Yeah.
I get what you mean. Overall, man, I could like if someone was like, "Hey, I'll pay you to watch it a second time," I'll save your money, dog.
Doctor
I'm good.
Strange,
I'm not gonna.
really?
What?
I would not watch Doctor Strange a
Oh
second
my
time.
god,
But
dude!
then again, Zeus, you gotta remember, this is Nova here. He appreciates What If.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Because
If
what
he
if
can
it's
appreciate
good?
What If, but he can't appreciate Doctor
What are you talking?
Strange 2,
Exactly.
which is
That's what I'm
basically
saying.
like a little a live
What
action
if?
version of it. Like, the irony in that
No,
you can
what
appreciate a
if?
crappy
What if
animated
it's
version
totally
of it, but you can't
better?
But you
appreciate a
can't.
live action version of it.
Thank
No,
The
you.
irony.
no. What if it's totally better?
Oh, so I bet you were
Ultron
overjoyed
definitely
that it
kills
Okay.
won
Thanos.
animated series of the year, even though it was garbage.
Yeah, it shouldn't have won
Not
that.
at all.
It should not have won that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so you know what?
Okay, I
Anyway.
can't
After
totally
seeing,
defend it.
so this is the end of Phase 4. Okay.
Yes.
So if you had to rank, like, let me rephrase this. Give me your top 3 Phase 4 movies.
Oh shit.
It doesn't have to be in any specific order. Just your top 3.
Shit. Oh.
There's only 4, right?
No, there's a few of them. I'm actually
Hold on,
about
I'm pulling them up right now
to.
Yeah, you didn't
because
pull
I don't
because I
remember
don't.
all of them.
Because I know Phase 4.
I think we got more series than we
did.
did.
So we have the Shang-Chi, No Way Home, Eternals, Doctor Strange, Thor, Black Panther, Werewolf by Night.
Black Widow,
Oh yeah, there's Black Widow too. I said
Eternals.
that one.
Black Widow.
Okay. And then
think
no,
that
these
was
are
it.
the only ones that we had.
We had
Yeah.
more series than movies this phase. So we don't have many movie options. So go ahead and give me your top 3. If you guys want, I can go first.
I'll give mine first.
Okay, go
I gotta do in no particular order here. Doctor Strange,
Okay.
No Way Home,
Wow.
and
Wow.
Wow.
and Shang-Chi.
Okay. I can respect 2 out of the 3.
Hey, look, the only reason for No Way Home is because I don't really have
I, I,
that many other
I
better
said two
options.
out of the three. You can take that however you want.
I know which one you're talking about. That's
Yeah.
why.
So, while Ron or Nova's looking this, I'm gonna go ahead and give my 3.
Yeah, I'm trying to find them.
You're good. So I have Eternals,
Ugh.
Shang-Chi,
Oh no, no.
and Black Panther. I would put Doctor Strange up there,
What?
but I think I'm gonna have that as 4. I would put Doctor Strange as 4. But yeah, those would be my 3. It'd be Shang-Chi,
Dude.
Eternals, and Black Panther. Wakanda Forever. Yeah.
Good
What?
grief.
Eternals?
Dude, I love that movie. Is so good. I like that movie a lot. I loved so many things about it. The visuals, the soundtrack, the story of
I'm a
like
sucker for the nostalgia.
I
Though,
wouldn't
so.
say loss necessarily, but just like the fallen hero story where everyone's like fallen. Like I just liked so much about it. It could have been better, 100%. Should have been better, 100%. But I still enjoyed that. I would still give it my top 3. You know, I could put No Way Home in number 5. You know, I'd be up there for nostalgia purposes. That's about it.
I mean, it's in my top 3 for nostalgia. So
I mean, I didn't put it up there for
Eternals is like
nostalgia
last.
specifically.
I wouldn't put Eternals last.
Yeah, I'm like, you have Black Widow and freaking Thor.
Black
Like,
Widow's so trash.
Black Widow shouldn't have been made. They should
I
have just
have
let
one.
that die.
Good
Yeah.
grief.
Black Widow and
Black
Thor.
Widow.
Black Widow and Love and Thunder are kind of like teetering my last spot for me.
Thor: Love and Thunder was the biggest disappointment this phase, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Besides maybe WandaVision. WandaVision was a pretty big disappointment. So Nova.
That was alright.
Anyway,
Nova,
what's your top 3?
Um,
Moving on.
I don't know if this is all of them, but from what I'm seeing, I'll definitely say Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
Um, mm,
So we all have Black Panther in our
feel
top
like
3. Understandable. No? Oh, you don't. I forgot. Blasphemy.
blasphemy. Um, I had problems with Shang-Chi, but I feel like Shang-Chi was better than some of them. I don't know, man. Some of these movies were kind of trash.
I'd say 2 of them specifically were 100% certified trash.
Mm-hmm. And I think we're all in agreement on those 2.
Uh-huh. And then we have some that
Yeah.
you can teeter totter depending on tastes, I suppose.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to say Eternals as well. I feel Eternals I don't think was that bad.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think it was just the introduction to them and when they came out that kind of killed their you know,
Exactly. Why I don't
That
audience
have it
doesn't
in
mean
my
it's
because
top
people were
3.
bad.
kind of
That doesn't mean it's
That's why
bad.
I don't have it
yeah,
in
it
my
doesn't
top
mean it's
3.
bad, but but like, people, going in there, they're like, who are these people? Eternals, you know what I mean? No one had any information, you know what I mean? Of course, if you didn't like, know about them already.
I mean, you
Um,
can say the same thing with
so,
Shang-Chi, though. Like, no one had that much information on him.
but that one's felt and looked more like a Marvel movie. So I feel like
Yeah.
people were kind of okay
It
with
fit the
going in
Marvel
there.
recipe, basically. I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
th
And
and that's
Eternals
kind of why
did not.
it didn't. That's why I would accept Eternals a little bit more. But Shang-Chi, I think it's better than the other ones in this Phase 4 list, but I doesn't mean I like it. Um, there was parts I do like, but the comedy in that one kills me. I mean, I don't.
I
What
thought the
is it?
comedy wasn't
Aquafina? I'm
too
sorry.
bad in that.
I'm sorry, girl, but every time I heard Aquafina talk, I was like, please stop talking.
Someone kill me.
Yeah.
Someone kill me.
I can relate to
Oh,
that.
Yeah,
but I had a
that's
lot of
relatable.
more questions than answers watching Shang-Chi, but
Yeah,
I'll still
you're
put it in my
right.
top. So I'll say Black Panther, Eternals, Shang-Chi.
Dude, he has the same top three as me for different reasons, but the same top three. Let's freaking go! Ah!
Don't celebrate that you're on the podium.
Hey,
Some of you don't deserve to be here.
you know what? They're on there though. I'm
Yeah,
taking it.
Yeah,
I
we're
gotta
on
agree
there.
with Nova
I
there. We
mean, I
had
think
very
they're
slim
on
pickings on
here.
this one.
I mean, hey, there was a good amount. There was at least 6 options. So, you had some options.
More like four. Two of them were
Exactly,
trash.
4 options.
Hey, you still had to rotate one of them in there. uh, I think overall, then we kind of touched everything about the movie.
Yeah,
Overall, it was very entertaining, really good. The comedy was not oversaturated like most Marvel
thankfully.
movies. Riri was
Yeah.
not welcomed in any way, shape, form, or capacity. Namor was probably the GOAT, and in my opinion, I'd probably say he carried a lot of the movie. Besides maybe
Oh,
Rwanda,
100%.
like she carried a lot of the Wakandan side of the story. Great acting from
Yeah,
her, honestly. Uh,
Hmm.
I am excited to see more Namor in the MCU. I would like to see him do a little bit more antagonistic things, just because
oh yeah.
I'm really tired of everyone being the good guys or having justifiable reasons, whatever. Uh, but yeah, I think that really wraps it up here. I can't think of any other
Mm-mm.
things that we might have wanted to cover. Do you guys have any other points you may want to bring up or anything else?
I
Um,
don't.
no, what's it called? Thought the music was pretty good. The music, it was popping when it needed to. I don't know. Every time I watch the Black Panther movies, I kind of like the vibe
I
it
liked
gives and stuff like that.
the African music for it. I thought that was great. But then
Yeah.
when they were trying to do all the freaking modern trap stuff, I rolled my eyes and just was like, "Can you not do this garbage? Like, please, thank you." Like, there's
The
actual
last
good
part
music.
with Rihanna was really good. I like that song she did
It was all right.
um
It wasn't
for the
bad.
movie. I thought it was pretty good.
Wasn't
Um
bad, but it wasn't good.
Well, it's not my cup of tea. It wasn't bad. It's just not my cup of tea
yeah.
personally. Like
There you go.
I don't listen to Rihanna at all. Like I've heard of her stuff, obviously.
Rihanna.
Yeah.
It'd be great if they would have just had like Doctor Doom in there, but whatever.
Dr. Doom instead of Rihanna.
Yeah, literally.
Okay.
It's just you just hear breathing through the metal mask.
Yeah, it's just them
Everyone's like, "What is that noise?" It's like that's the end credit scene. Listen, you can hear him breathing.
Listen closely.
and he just hold me now. It's Dr. Doom singing.
It's like it's like I'm so lonely. Ain't got nobody. All on my own.
You're so dumb.
We would have taken that.
I would have taken it.
Yeah,
100%.
that would have been good.
You see like a little static across the credits, like the words and everything just bouncing off the edges.
Be nice.
But yeah, that's gonna
Mhm.
wrap it up here for us with our second movie review. If you guys like these movie reviews, please let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you're listening to us elsewhere on a podcast, thank you so much for listening. Let us know if you have
Thank
any
you.
other movies you want us to review, any other topics you'd like us to go over. We do have a website, www.bpfun.live. Be sure to pop on there. You can put your suggestions in that little box that we have on our podcast tab. Don't forget to catch our D&D sessions every other Friday and Wednesday. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up for us here at the BP Fun channel. I am the host of the most, Captain Zeus, followed by my lovely co-hosts, Noah Burst and Relatable Panda. And you guys have a good night, good day, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace. Have a good one, y'all.